day 4. Today ought to be pretty interesting because, well, we all had to get breakfast at freaking 6 a.m. Which means most of us had to get up at 5 a.m. So we're going to this next work site, which isn't the same as last time. Pretty sleep, but deprived. So this ought to be interesting. Finally we come to an actual trashed house. This ought to be better than last time, that's for sure. Okay, it turns out we're not working back there. 10 of us are headed down the street here to work on some carpeting and stuff. After we did the introductions, of course. We did our names, cities, and which celebrity we would punch without repercussions. I selected the director of the Twilight movies. Still hammering away, don't know when we're gonna be done. Just got back from lunch, all the way down there. Back to hammering. Alright, so it's about 2 o'clock now, and I've decided to, we've got about 2 hours left, I've decided to come back and help at the original site, because 1, it's closer to the bus, and 2, the other site was incredibly messy, and got my shoes all dirty. Alright, 3 o'clock, and we're leaving about an hour earlier than planned. That is actually pretty awesome, because I am just flat out tired. I headed back up to get my People to People shirt, because apparently the featured speaker that was supposed to be here tomorrow is here today. Hello? Just a sec. Anyways, apparently I have to get a collared shirt because it's so special or something. This is the only one that I have, and for some reason, the guy who told me to get a collared shirt didn't see everybody yesterday not wearing collared shirts. I mean, seriously, it's not like the guy's gonna point to me in the audience and go like, he's not wearing a collared shirt, oh! By the way, the guest speaker tonight is Spike Lee, the director of the film When the Levees Broke. What is that guy doing here? That's odd. Okay, so unfortunately I couldn't get any video of Spike Lee's presentation because he didn't want any video taken of him, even though he was perfectly fine with taking group pictures. I really can't explain it. So in exchange, I'm going to show you his picture really quick. If you can see it, that's what he looks like. Kind of blurry, I know, but whatever. Alright, so that's the end of day 4. Good news, we're halfway done. Bad news, we're only halfway done. Day 5, what we're doing today is heading back to the houses and whatnot that we were at yesterday to finish the work that we started. And this time I'm going to be focused much more on the first building because I don't want to get my shoes all messy again. Turns out that I'm pretty much being forced to work at the other site since there's so many people at the first site. Of course, the guy who's directing the first site never even considered swapping out the jobs or anything. Right, so now I'm working over here. Over there's where the previous work site was. Only problem, I have no idea what to do, and nobody's told me to do anything yet. So I guess we'll see what goes on. Alright, well the sun has finally come back out again, so I'm screwed. Anyway, we're leaving even earlier this time, 2:15. And from what I've heard, after that we're gonna go and find some real devastation caused by Katrina. So take a good look at this house here. Compare that to what I assume is gonna be the next houses we're gonna see. Okay, that is a cool house. Let's keep going here.
Okay, so all the ones we're seeing are from Brad Pitt's foundation that he built. And again, all this, the green that you see right here, these all used to be houses. Look how close it is to the levee. So when that levee broke and all the water started rushing in, just as we saw from the storm chaser, how devastating that would have been to just knock everything over. There was about 21 feet of water right here, so our bus would have been underwater. The bus is only 11 feet, so it would have been almost 2 buses high.
Oh, wow.
And none of the houses that were here were on stilts. So you can see the ones that are still around that are just on the ground. So this used to be old neighborhoods. It's now nothing.
And that is the actual levee down there. The broke and flooded New Orleans. Well, I wasn't expecting that at all. I was expecting completely annihilated houses. Anyway, we have another guest speaker tonight. Guest speakers, actually. I'm pretty sure that we got New Orleans residents who experienced Katrina and are going to tell us what it was like. So in that case, since they're common New Orleans residents, why do we have to go business casual again?
Lovely green color, wasn't it? There were bugs. I don't know where these bugs came from. There were things I've never seen in my life. They were biting. It was awful. The heat, no wind. It was like nothing I've ever seen. This is the parking lot of Nunez Community College where I work, and it was just probably a foot of muck and mud and grime. It was awful. That was what was left of my office. It's amazing what water can do to like an 8x8 room. And then they came in with their suits, ripping things out. This was just a cool picture, I thought. It didn't come out really clearly, but this flask had floated around and ended up on a shelf upside down in the lab. I just thought that was kind of cool.
Huh.
This is in the lower ninth ward. Water is a powerful, powerful thing.
Oh, wow.
Homes were moved around. In fact, the main highway that we go down, there was a house right in the middle of the road, and they had to tear parts of it away, and it took months for them to get the rest of it. But this was just everywhere, everywhere. It picked it up, set it on the vehicle. There was a house there. This was about a half block from the college. The trailer had been picked up and put there on top of the car. If you'll notice the refrigerator on top of the house, you wouldn't believe, whenever the rescue started here in New Orleans, you've got to remember there are a lot of people south of here that they were waiting on roofs to be rescued.
Yeah, so what you saw was all I bothered to record. That was actually the highlight, and that was the first speaker. The rest of the audience loved them. I personally found them pretty boring. One person went on for 48 minutes. I don't see how you can remember that much about one event, even an event as big as Katrina. Anyway, tomorrow we actually are doing work. I will show you what we're doing tomorrow.